Alright, so what we have here is a fairly pedestrian and not really all that interesting, or frankly really even all that video-worthy device. It says Elgin on it, but it is actually made by Sharp. I wonder if I turn on Night Shot if you'd be able to read this a little better. Not really. So that doesn't really help much. But it is a... What's the model on that? Even I can't read it. SPC692 LED alarm clock. Takes 3 volts from 2 AAA batteries, which is pretty interesting. Or it has a 5-volt power supply, which I have as well. There's a little speaker on the back here. There's your usual controls. It's not really much that's really all that interesting, so really, that's a lot to pay for this. But here's the interesting part. Where are the digits? That's why I picked it up. That, and I had to get rid of something else. And, go ahead and turn on Night Shot. You can actually make out the digits, just barely. So you can see there are digits there, but they don't show up in normal lighting until, of course, you plug the unit in. Which makes sense, because you want digits to show up when you plug the unit in. Just like that. Unfortunately, it's not something interesting like amber LEDs or anything like that, it's just red. But I actually kind of almost like the look of this. And one has to think that this would be a more subdued look, so at night this wouldn't be nearly as bright. It doesn't have a brightness setting on it, I don't believe. I didn't see one. So, got your alarm on, off, pretty standard. You can just go ahead and set the time here. I believe it actually came with batteries that work. But I don't have the batteries handy right now. Oh, I do. They're in here. I bump the camera and probably screw it completely up. So let me see if I can get the batteries out of here. Because I think they're in here. Got a lot of stuff in there that needs to come out of here. Here are the 2 batteries. They expire next year. So we'll go ahead and we'll put these 2 batteries in here. I might give them a multimeter test later. And we'll just set it. Something random, doesn't really matter what it's set to, does it? I'm gonna go ahead and unplug it. And let's see if the batteries are actually any good. Well, they can't be too bad. Let me get out a multimeter and see what the multimeter has to say. Once again, I'm sure I'm going to have 100,000 people get on my case, and it's not a battery tester, you should get a battery tester, blah 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 blah. To which I reply, well, isn't that just nice? But guess what? Multimeter is more than good enough for a quick and dirty test, and it's more than good enough for this silly little video. So, let's go ahead and see what it has to say. I got 1 battery here, which is about 1.2 volts. Now that's not perfect, but apparently it's good enough to satisfy that thing. And again, 1.2 volts. So again, probably due for a replacement, but it's more than good enough to satisfy this thing. Okay, I've gone ahead and set the alarm. Let's go ahead and listen to that. But I think I know what it's going to be. Well, I would be wrong. Very wrong, in fact. So that's pretty loud, too. So I thought it was going to be your typical alarm clock sound. But I guess not. So actually, that's not too bad. I might have to enlist that for some kind of use. Because that's pretty cool. So, yeah, I know it's a little hipstery and cheap looking and whatever. But you gotta admit, it's pretty neat for what it is, which is to say cheap. I bet it costs a lot more than even that when it was brand new, to be perfectly honest. Like, this kind of thing probably fetched like $20. Why, I don't know. It's not a radio or anything. But anyway, that's it. I don't have anything else to share with you, so thank you for watching. If you have any comments, feel free to leave them down below. And this is SPC692 signing off, and I'll see you next time. Till then.